The entire town of Taylor, British Columbia is sprinting to the finish, hoping that 12 weeks of hard work will equal a collective weight loss of 1 ton.
This whole project is to kickstart them into their new lifestyle.
There's just so much pride in what they've accomplished. These guys are going to take it, and I think they're going to roll with it.
Well, what an amazing television show this has turned out to be, and we are joined by one of the trainers, kind of the big meanie of the show sometimes. Not really. He was always really nice. Garfield Wilson joining us, fitness trainer from Village on a Diet, along with 2 of the participants from Taylor, BC, Jamie Kinzett and Glenn Cross. Hi, you guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. Now, we can't reveal the big results, but you guys look fantastic.
Look at both of you. You're like sitting up.
Garfield, let's start with you, Village on a Diet.
Yeah.
Take us through the timeline, the process, the idea of the show.
Wow, it was 3 months of incredible highs and incredible lows. We started filming last year, May, June, July. And we basically came into the town and presented them with this opportunity to change their lifestyles.
Well,
and to change what
and Glenn, that part of the story kind of involves you pretty closely as well. Tell us about Taylor's participation and how this came about by sort of on your end of things.
As a community, we were on our way to becoming healthier and introducing healthy options to our town, because we kind of recognized a few years ago that it's an issue, right? I mean, let's face it, it was there, it was right in front of us. So in the process of doing that, we kind of got discovered by Force 4. And off we went. I mean, the emails, this and that, a couple of demo reels, and they found, you know, Jamie, why wouldn't you want her on TV?
You're a superstar.
Glenn, did you have any idea what this was going to involve? I mean, because they sort of, initially, you were part of the initial discussions. Did you have any idea?
To be honest with you, I fell into this a little bit backwards. The guy who set it all up and did all the legwork to get the show and the program to Taylor moved away, and they came up a year ago about this time, and I'm driving around because they're like, where are we gonna go and run and hike? And I'm like, well, we'll go here, we'll go there, we'll go there, and the guy's like, what are you doing for 3 months? I'm like, no, that's not it.
Let's talk a little bit about you. You look fantastic, but from the beginning of the show, tell us about your transformation mentally. How are you feeling now compared to before you met Garfield and the gang?
I feel 110% better. My life has done a complete 180. I'm a lot happier. I'm not such a sad person, and getting out of the house, and it's, you know, it's even, I feel like I'm a better mom too because of this whole experience.
I mean, Jamie, I think a lot of people want to make change in their life, but add the pressure of people following you around on television to that as well. And I think there would probably be a moment for everyone where they would go, okay, do I really want to do this? Do I want to talk about this much? Do I want to do this in front of a camera? Did you have that moment at any point?
I actually almost didn't participate in the show because of that. Like, it was very overwhelming, and I talked to the producers, and they just reassured me, like, you're going to get the help you need, and I really needed a lot of help. So I said, you know what, I just can't think about that it's going to be on TV. I just got to take each day as it comes and just do it. So.
And Garfield, tell us a little bit more about everything. You're a trainer, personal trainer, obviously, but there were a lot of other support systems involved, which are so important when you are making such a huge life transformation.
It's huge, and the beauty of the show, and the reason why I was so excited to be part of the project, is that it wasn't just about getting people out of their houses and just kicking their butts. You know, it was about doing.
There was a small element of that involved in the show.
Although you do enjoy that part, Garfield.
I do enjoy that a little bit. but we came at it from a nutrition point of view. We had Chef Jonathan, we had Maria Thomas as a dietitian, we had Ali, who was a physician, and we had Adele Fox as a psychologist. So it was a full package deal. And we talked about this earlier. As far as dangling a prize at the end of this, there was no prize, and the beauty of it is that these guys had to fit us into their daily lives and their lifestyles.
Because you didn't get to take 3 months off like they do on other shows.
No.
Yeah, and the great thing about working with these guys and the town of Taylor, for the most part, especially these guys, is that what you see on screen is what you get. Yeah. Like, there's no filter. I mean, Jamie is Jamie. Yeah. You know, well, she does this thing that when she gets embarrassed or she can't handle it, she just kind of goes.
Put the camera right on her.
It's so amazing, and I love her for that. And Glenn, I mean, we did the endurance test together, and he was there all the time with his family, with his beautiful wife Paulette, who I had the pleasure of training them a few times during the show, and you know. he's just.
Well, Glenn, you couldn't just talk it. I mean, you literally had to you had to walk it in the show.
That was it. It was you know, you couldn't put down the megaphone and go have a beer and a smoke. Or and
Garfield would kill
these are all
you.
my friends. I mean, these are a community of 1,500. I've been there for 8 or 9 years, and they're all looking at me. And to get them to believe that I'm actually doing it, I think it was a key part of it, especially halfway through when guys were kind of, it was really integral to the success of what we were trying to do there.
And you just said the word community, and it's such a huge part of it. How do you feel that your life changed as far as friendships go, Jamie? Like, did you, because you were a little bit more of a closed-off person, how has your life changed socially?
I have a social life now in Taylor, actually. I'm really good friends with Melissa, the pizza cook. And, and
she was the town pusher at the beginning of the show. She was the one supplying.
Yeah, so she's an awesome girl, and we've become great friends through this whole experience, like ever since the hill climb. And you know, she's helped me out a lot. So
yeah, how much is I mean, the whole town benefited from this in terms of that sense of community? Because I think it's something maybe in you know, the modern world with all its distractions and its possibilities of staying inside more, that every community struggles with. How has this been for Taylor, Glenn, in your opinion?
And that's what it came down to, and we noticed it was immediate from the first endurance test to the first, I think the hill climb behind the school was neighbor meeting neighbor, coming together. The inspiration we got from, you know, we all saw Melissa go down and bring Jamie up the hill, and it was just like, that's what it's all about. This is what we're trying to accomplish, and that domino effect throughout the 10 weeks that everybody was there, that, you know, if I can do it, my neighbor can do it, and you saw people showing up and supporting each other. And Taylor's a wonderful town.
Garfield,
it's always had.
As a trainer, I mean, this isn't just taking on a client. You took on a town.
It was, you know, of all the time that I spent being a personal trainer here in Vancouver, this was one of the most amazing experiences of my life and career. Just because, like Glenn said, it was a complete community doing it. So that moment on the hill with Jamie and seeing everybody come together, I'm like, wow, this is what it's all about. And then it just snowballed from there. But what you saw during the series is like real life happening. I mean, you know, people go through their highs and their lows, and they go through struggles of where they just don't feel like doing it, or they feel like they can't do it. And with that community, you have that accountability. You have people saying, well, I didn't see you at the endurance test, or I didn't see you at the boot camp, and what happened to that clinic we were doing with Chef Jonathan? Why were you there?
Yeah, where were you?
If I'm going to be there, you're going to be there.
So it's a good motivator.
How has the experience been? I mean, Jamie and Glenn, I guess you guys are just both starting to realize what an effect this has on other communities as well, people that watch it. Jamie, what's this been like for you? Because people really followed everyone's story, but I think maybe you resonated a little bit more than almost anybody on the show. How's that been for you?
It's been an amazing experience just to have people come up to me and give me a hug and say, you know, I cry with you on the show, I laugh with you, and it's just, I never thought that I would ever have that effect on anybody, and it's just, I don't think I'll ever get used to
every single person that saw you walked up to you in our green room beforehand and said, you look great. I mean, that's a good way to live your life right now, Jamie.
It feels really good, and like I have worked really hard to get like this, but it's my lifestyle change. It's, you know, this is just who I am now, and it feels really good.
Well, thanks so much, you guys, and congratulations to everybody who worked on the show. If you want to check it out, Village on a Diet, the season finale is tonight at 9 o'clock on CBC, and then they're going to have a follow-up episode, which is very interesting. How are they doing now? And that's going to happen on Monday, March the 14th. Well, we know how they're doing now.
Yeah. Well, the amazing thing, the show happens in summer. Taylor's a bit of a different place in the winter time. A little harder maybe to get up for your workouts. What's the temperature today, Glenn, in Taylor?
It was minus 28 this
Excellent.
morning.
Yeah, that's a little harder to go for a run in minus 28. Yeah, Garfield, I noticed you weren't up there in the thick of winter.
What? We went up for the follow-up in December, and it wasn't that bad. It was like between minus 15 and minus 20, but the week prior, they got rocked with minus 40. Like, it was just, I'm talking to Jamie, I'm like, we're coming up. Tell me it's going to get better.
Thanks.